It might sound wild, but this happens every day. Picture yourself relaxing on the beach while massive planes fly just 30 feet overhead. This is Maho Beach in St. Martin, and it's located at the end of Princess Juliana Airport's runway. It's the world's most extreme plane spotting experience, and these pilots are the best in the world. They have to be. I mean, just look at this approach. The beach is packed with people, but these pilots make it look easy. Tourists come here from all over the world to see the massive jets fly so low overhead. Some people even take their kids here. It's a beautiful island with crystal clear water and white sand beaches. And the locals are some of the friendliest people you'll ever meet. So if you're anywhere near here, be sure to visit. Just don't forget your camera. Your passport is basically useless here. There's a place you can visit that technically doesn't belong to any country. It's called Bertal, and it's an 800 square mile patch of desert between Egypt and Sudan. Neither country claims it because they're fighting over it. They both want it so badly that they have been fighting since 1899. That is when the British came in and drew a line on a map. And ever since then, neither Egypt nor Sudan has agreed on where the border should be. So this place is a no man's land, a lawless desert full of sand dunes and ancient pyramids. You can go there and do whatever you want. The only catch is you have to bring your own water. There's not a lot of it around these parts. I do recommend you visit. It's a beautiful place. Just don't get lost in the desert, and maybe bring a camel. This will mess with your concept of time. There's an island where tomorrow literally never comes. It's called Baker Island in the Pacific. The island is so remote that it is actually the last place on Earth to experience any given date. It's always 12 hours behind GMT. So if we were to send someone there, let's say Winston Churchill, famous British politician, and writer, he would have to stay there for a year to experience all of the dates. He could read all of the newspapers, catch up on all the latest news. He'd also be able to watch all of the Star Wars movies in order, something that no one has ever done before. He would be truly alone in his little island paradise, cut off from the rest of the world. No one would know what day it was, but it would be 12 hours behind everyone else. It would be the ultimate retreat for someone like Winston Churchill. Prepare for your jaw to drop. There's a train route so dangerous that it's nicknamed Death Road. The Tren a las Nubes in Argentina climbs 14,000 feet through 29 bridges and 21 tunnels. And the whole journey takes your breath away. Literally, there's no oxygen masks provided. The highest point of the train route is over 11,000 feet above sea level. That's almost 1/8 of the height of Mount Everest. And at this altitude, the air is so thin that it can be hard to breathe. But the breathtaking views are not the only thing that makes this train route so special. It's also home to some of the most incredible train tracks in the world. The tracks are narrow and winding, and the train cars are old and shaky. It's a bumpy ride, but it's all part of the adventure. So if you're feeling brave, why not take a trip on the Death Road? Just make sure to pack your oxygen tank. Did you know that there is an airport in Scotland where planes have to yield right-of-way to golfers? It's true. At Barra Airport, an active golf course actually crosses the runway. So when a plane is coming into land, the golfers have to stop their game and let the plane go by. And if you're wondering why the runway is on a beach, it's because the airport is on a beach. This airport only operates during low tide. You can't land a plane on wet sand, obviously. So they wait until the tide is out. Then they sweep the sand off the runway with giant snow shovels. It's the only airport in the world where you have to clear the runway by hand. And to top it all off, the small village of Barra has a population of about 1,000 people, which makes it the most remote airport in the UK. So next time you're at the beach, be careful of rogue golf balls and landing planes. You might think you're having a normal day at the beach, but trust me, it's gonna get real crazy. Your brain literally can't process this. There's a hotel in Sweden that's made entirely out of ice. It melts every single year, and they have to rebuild it from scratch. The crazy thing is that people actually sleep in the beds, drink at the bar, and sit on the ice sculptures all while the temperature is kept at a frigid -5 degrees Celsius. The reason that they are able to keep the ice so cold is because of a machine called a cryocooler. This machine uses liquid nitrogen to keep the entire hotel frozen solid. And because of the design of the hotel, the ice actually melts and then refreezes into these beautiful ice formations. The artist who is responsible for building this incredible ice hotel has been doing it for over 20 years. And each year he creates something more intricate and detailed than the last. If you want to visit this magical place, you'll have to go to Sweden between December and April, because that's when the hotel is open. And if you're lucky, maybe you'll even get a chance to stay in the ice room. This will shatter your understanding of borders. There's a point where you can stand in 4 countries at once. The borders of Botswana, Namibia, Zambia, and Zimbabwe all meet at a single GPS coordinate in the Zambezi River. But it's not just a river. It's also the 4th largest waterfall in the world. Imagine standing on a rock monolith that juts out of the river, and on all sides are these cascading waterfalls. On one side, you have elephants bathing in the shallow pools. On the other side, you have hippos lounging on the rocks. And above you, hundreds of feet up, is a sky full of birds and monkeys. It's a beautiful place, but it's also dangerous. The crocodiles in this river are some of the largest in the world. They have a really low population density because of all the water, so they're huge and they're everywhere. It's one of the most remote places in Africa, but it's also one of the most magical. And if you're willing, I'll take you there right now.
Your geography teacher lied to you. Russia is so massive that when it's morning in one part of the country, it's already evening the next day. Back when I was in school, we had this one teacher who would always say, "Don't believe everything you see on TV. Your geography teacher lied to you." And then he would proceed to tell us all about the time zones. Russia spans 11 time zones across one nation. So when you're watching TV in Moscow, it's 11 a.m. But if you're watching the same TV show in Vladivostok, it's 8 p.m. the next day. So who's to say that time zones aren't a conspiracy? I mean, just look at this guy. He's so far east that he's already a day ahead of schedule. Now, if you were to travel to Vladivostok, Russia, just to prove to your friends that time zones are real, what would you do?
This sounds like science fiction, but it's real. In Antarctica, there's a research station where scientists have to get their appendix out before they go there. Why? Because if it ruptures, there's no way to evacuate during the winter months. The only way to get in or out of the station is by helicopter. And during the winter, it's too dangerous to fly. So they have to wait until spring to be rescued. But there is a way to prevent this. A small surgical procedure can remove the appendix before any problems arise. And it's not just the appendix. Any medical condition that could become a problem, like a hernia or an intestinal blockage, can be fixed with surgery before going to Antarctica. So why don't we do this for everyone going to Antarctica? Well, it's only necessary for people who are going to be working outside the station. It's not like you're going to have your appendix out while you are sipping tea inside the station. But if you're outside and your appendix bursts, you're screwed. Are you ready to have your mind blown? There's a country so small that its entire population could fit in a large shopping mall. It's called Vatican City, and it's the world's smallest country by both area and population. Located in the heart of Europe, Vatican City is a country within a country, an independent state surrounded by Italy with its own flag, currency, and even passport. But don't be fooled by its size. This tiny nation packs a punch with over 800 residents, including 264 clergy and 54 nuns. As a tourist destination, Vatican City is second only to Paris. That's because it's home to some of the most iconic landmarks in the world, including St. Peter's Basilica and the Vatican Museums, which house some of the most valuable artifacts in human history. But what is even more impressive is that you can walk across the whole country in just 15 minutes. So if you ever find yourself in Europe, be sure to visit this amazing place. I promise you won't be disappointed. This will make your head spin. Due to Earth's rotation and time zones, you can technically travel back in time by flying from Samoa to American Samoa. Now, these two islands are only 120 miles apart, but they are separated by 25 hours. So if you fly from Samoa to American Samoa, you are actually traveling back in time by 5 days. Let me repeat that. You can fly less than a day and be 5 days younger. It is literally possible to be in 2 different time zones at once. When you fly from Samoa to American Samoa, you lose 25 hours of time. So if you leave Samoa at 12 p.m. on Monday, you will arrive in American Samoa at 12 p.m. on Saturday. This is because American Samoa is 5 hours behind Samoa. And since they're so close, it's one of the easiest ways to change time zones without changing countries. So there you have it. If you ever feel like you're stuck in a time warp, just remember, you could always fly to American Samoa and be 5 days younger.